I have had so many orgies.
Totally real.
The shame is totally gone. It occupies no bandwidth in my head anymore.
Hi, I'm Dan James and welcome back to THOT Ones with Freddie, where we sit down with queer entertainers over some snacks. Food stays the same, but the questions get spicier. And this time we are with comedian, actress, content creator, Ava Val.
Hi, everyone. I can't wait to tell my family about this.
The most depraved things you've ever done. Should we start with a snack? Oh, we're going for ASMR.
Yeah.
Some real crunches here. There aren't many queer comics in Canada, and there's like even fewer trans ones. Do you feel a pressure from that?
Actually, the opposite.
Oh.
I think with less competition, I'm gonna call it, and I can be whoever I wanna be and not worry about being compared to anybody.
You can make the mold.
I can.
And you've like been performing solidly all through your transition. How has your comedy changed, if it has?
Before I came out, since I was so deeply closeted and repressed, and I felt like this trans thing was gonna be a secret I would take to my grave, my act was very forgettable. All of my bits were just this projection away from who is Ava Val. The material, since I've liberated myself, since I have so much personal content to talk about, it comes from a very personal, intimate place, whereas before, I didn't want people to know who I was.
Totally real.
I'm real and unplugged.
Yeah.
Who wants them? I'm signing them and handing them out. Give it a little.
Can I?
Oh.
Oh, it really does feel like a chicken fillet.
Yeah. Can you imagine if I had phantom tit? Ooh, where I could feel that. Oh.
Has your sex life evolved as you have evolved through these last couple of years?
Yes. The shame has been shed. I had to work through so much shame, and it made me so anxious in intimate situations. The shame is totally gone. It occupies no bandwidth in my head anymore. Is this good? Am I good?
Yeah, you're great.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Stop panicking.
I know.
You're doing great.
I'm in a nervous heat.
That was supposed to be my closer.
It's fine, we can have an emotionally vulnerable closer and a physically vulnerable opener. Not the dish.
It's a little snack dish. What is that called again? For sound sync.
Is that not painful?
I got a lot of meat in there.
The material that you write all the way through this as things are changing for you, is the material still usable if it's been written in like such a state of like change?
Yeah, that's a good question. As these things happen, I'll have a response to them and a reaction to them. But then, you know, to keep them evergreen, you have to drive a little deeper into like, what human emotion can I speak from that is universal? Everything still has a shelf life. So all my coming out material is all gone now. So like, if I do something bro-y on stage and then I'm like,
Oh yeah, but that's a little remnant from my past.
and then I can like call back a lot of the old material. I can bring that stuff up and be like,
I used to be a broy dude. You know, I came out to my dad at a Buffalo Wild Wing.
Freddie is a safe space to try new things. So tell us what's on your sex bucket list
oh,
that you haven't done.
that I haven't done. I've done a lot. I'm a performer.
No shit.
So I would love to go to some sort of
Oh, and be on
a
the
place
stage.
where people have sex. Yeah,
Oh, on stage at a sex club.
yeah, in front of people.
That would be
I
fun.
want to perform.
If I could guarantee like no iPhones, I'd do it.
Oh, for sure.
I've been to somewhere it's like they're taking your phones, they're putting them in like zipper
Yeah,
bags.
it would have to be one of those places. But I would
Oh,
love
that's a good one. Just
with
you?
multiple partners.
Oh.
It's not enough to be the center of a threesome. I need to do it with.
Like 6 people and
Yeah.
then like 100 in the audience.
Exactly.
Wow, you really can tell you're a comedian. I want attention from like everyone on stage and off stage.
What's the deal with? Which is like a mouthful of.
No,
Whoa,
just,
whoa,
we're just doing it with the deal with.
Yeah. Yeah. Is this thing on?
What is your biggest sex ick?
Shame again. Like if I'm hooking up with a guy who hasn't done the work and made peace with himself that he's with a trans woman, I'm out, man. Come confident and fun and fine and comfortable. I don't want to give you any more therapy. I don't want to have to sit there while you go through this inner turmoil. Just come prepared. Do the work.
Do you find yourself having to play therapist sometimes?
Yeah.
Are you good at filtering them out yet?
I'm getting better. I can see the signs.
What are
but
the signs?
Some people will sneak it in. If I meet somebody in person and darting eyes, if he's not focused on me and he's kind of looking around, then I can tell that he's self-conscious that, God forbid, he's
Be seen with a
hanging
trans
out
woman.
with a trans woman, you know? Because I've spent so much time in like the pits of despair and like repression and projection, and I just don't want to live anywhere close to that experience anymore. I've earned it. And now I just want to be with people who are as comfortable as I am, just be on my level.
If I'm dating someone, I think I go for a similar thing where I'm now learning how to pick up if someone still has like internalized shame. I'm getting better at being able to like pinpoint people that are comfortable and secure. You've learned about yourself.
Totally. Get over your trauma. Don't make it somebody else's problem. Don't be a bitch ass to other people.
Get a
okay?
therapist.
Get a therapist. And I'll put one of my teeth back in.
Just one?
Yeah.
Okay.
My front-facing tit.
Oh yeah, because we still need the dish, obviously.
Yeah.
Can I have one?
Yes.
Trans rights. What would shock us about your sex life?
I have had so many orgies and threesomes. I did 3 years in a row I headlined a comedy show at a swingers convention. They bought out an entire Best Western hotel.
Classic.
And blocked it out, put like black all over the outside, and you had to have a wristband to get in. And I did a comedy show, and each progressive year, I had sex with a larger and larger group. That culminated in year 3. I was the 9th wheel in an orgy with 4 couples and me. And I was on the bed and I was surrounded by women. It was like a atom where I was the nucleus and a bunch of ladies were the protons. And then the men were the electrons on the outside, and just like off on the outside of the bed. And I was just honking in the middle of the bed, honking around.
At what point do you think a group becomes an orgy?
5.
5.
5.
So I asked Bren.
I think at 4.
I think it's 5 because I think as soon as there's a spare person, that's an orgy.
That's an orgy.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
You're able to
Yeah.
just sort of like do like side activities and then like dip in and out. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
That was illuminating.
That was
It
so
lovely.
fun. Thanks, Freddie,
Thanks, Freddie.
for raising HIV prevention awareness.
And for facilitating safe orgies.
I was gonna end on like hey, if you're gonna make sure there's a spare.
Like this content and want more? Subscribe to Freddie's channel here.